if you were being lied to by the very companies telling you they were helping you? What if these lies were spreading so far and so fast that they permeated our beliefs, and now we just take them as true without even questioning? If you're struggling with psychologically induced erectile dysfunction, and you know you're healthy, but your main man down there isn't working for you, then you need to listen up as I break down and debunk some of the biggest erectile dysfunction myths in the world today. What's up, brother? Welcome back to Morning Wood Academy, where we dive deep into men's health and personal transformation. Today, we're going to be diving into something that plagues the minds of many men who watch this channel: erectile dysfunction, or ED for short. And no, I'm not just talking about whiskey dick. Okay, so stick around today as we debunk some of the biggest myths surrounding erectile dysfunction. There's probably hundreds of myths that are spread for various reasons, but today I'm going to be tackling the 4 biggest ones. And if you skip any of these, or if you actually believe any of them, then there's a good chance that that's the reason why you're watching this. And so don't leave until you understand the full truth. First up, the myth that broken penises only happen to old men. Spoiler alert, all right? I have guys reaching out for help who are in their teenage years. All right, erectile dysfunction affects men of all ages. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that 26% of men under 40 experience erectile dysfunction. That's right, 1 in 4. It's just not something that hits you when you start getting gray hairs. I also know firsthand because when I was 29, my penis was so limp, I used to pretend that it was just shy, like a frightened turtle. Anytime I tried to show it a good time, it was like the blood would get sucked out and left me with this funky little stretched out belly button between my legs. So young guys, all right, don't think you're invincible. All right? As I said, it's happening to even more and more men in their 20s and even younger. So let's just stop pretending that ED is a private club for old men, all right? If you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, and you're still watching this, you already know what I'm talking about. It's time to start taking this seriously so you don't end up as the stereotypical old man who can't get it up, okay? The next myth, ED, it's just psychological, right? Get over it. Or man up, as they say. Oh, if it were only that simple, I'd be out of a job. This is just one of those areas where fake it until you make it, it just doesn't work. Sure, psychological factors, they play a big role. But if you followed my other content, well, remember that there's 3 major causes for your main man down there to be taking the night off again and again. Desensitization. Remember that? There's 3 kinds. Visual, where what you watch no longer stimulates you. Physical, how rubbing your main man down there doesn't bring you any more pleasure. And emotional, you know what I mean, just chasing that dopamine trail until finally nothing in your life seems fun and engaging, so you just seek the easiest path. According to the Cleveland Clinic, about 20% of cases of erectile dysfunction are purely psychological. The rest, it's a mix of these, or worse, physical, right? Guys with serious health concerns like prostate issues, nerve damage, or even diabetes, where most of these purely physical cases, they do accompany old age, but not all the time. If your issue is purely physical, then you need to address what you have going on health-wise before you'll start to see any noticeable improvements in your erection quality. It's like bailing water out of a sinking ship. You have to plug the holes. So remember, bro, erectile dysfunction is a complex condition. The true percentage of ED versus PIED, it's hardly something a study can tell you. You need to understand for yourself what's going on for you. And if you need any advice, let's set up a call and see exactly what's causing yours. Now, myth number 3. This is another biggie, all right? Everything will be fine if you just don't stress. Well, that's not quite it, all right? It's just as I mentioned earlier. There's 3 causes of erectile dysfunction or PIED, but so many guys think they have to perform like they're in a certain kind of film. But the truth is, real life isn't a porn script. Performance anxiety can actually contribute to erectile dysfunction, making the problem even worse. So many guys can get hard by themselves to porn, but not with their own wife. This is because with porn, there is no fear of performance. There's no fear of failure. There's no real pressure. The woman on the screen isn't actually judging your performance. Even if you do go soft halfway through, it's not going to make her mad. But as soon as things get real and you're in your bed and your wife is looking so good and ready to get down to business, there's very real pressure. And a lot of guys have rewired themselves through repetition to only feel comfortable when they're alone with their screen and not with real human company. It's a vicious cycle of worry and underperformance. So bro, if you're feeling the pressure, just know that it's okay not to be perfect. Focus on connection and intimacy, not just on performance. This is a secret that we focus on inside of Morningwood Academy. It's about starting exactly where you are now and taking the smallest steps possible towards your goal of the most passionate, pleasurable experiences without the pressure of performance anxiety. Right? Just follow the blueprint. And lastly, myth number 4, the myth that there's a magic pill for ED. Pop a pill and boom, problems solved. Oh boy. Despite what they want you to think, while medications like Viagra can help guys with purely physical ED, they aren't a cure-all. They don't address the underlying issues like lifestyle factors, psychological elements, or chronic health conditions. Pills help with blood flow. And PIED is not a blood flow problem, so taking a pill will hardly do anything. A positive result of taking a pill when you have PIED could be that the mental aspect, that you believe the pill will help you, and in having that positive belief like that, you indeed perform better because you're not in your head about all the other stuff that's constantly holding you back in the bedroom. But you know it's not a true solution. Pills can potentially be a quick fix, but they don't solve any of the root causes. It's like using duct tape to fix a leaky pipe, a temporary solution, not a permanent fix. If you're strong enough to ditch the pills, you'll be happier in the long run when you don't have any irreversible penile damage that will keep you limp for the rest of your life. Ditch the pills and solve the real issue if you want your strongest and healthiest erections of your entire life to come roaring back, even up into your 60s and 70s. You got time left. All right? So there you have it, brother. Some of the biggest myths about erectile dysfunction debunked. All right, now remember, ED is such a common issue, it's nothing to be ashamed of. If you're experiencing symptoms and you don't know who to talk to, let's chat. Let's see what's going on. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy who suffered with erectile dysfunction myself, and now I'm helping men reverse theirs on a daily basis. This is my full-time job. And brother, if you found this video interesting or entertaining, all right, erect that thumbs up for me. So many men out there need this information, and your support really helps me to reach more and more men in need. And now that you know about the myths, make sure you go here to learn exactly how to fight back against your PIED. And if you haven't yet, stimulate the subscribe button right here so that you can stay up to date with even more tips and tricks and honest talks about men's health and personal growth. Brother, I'll see you in the next video. Much love.